Hey everybody, it's GW Xavier with More Memories, just coming to you with a quick demo expo of the Creative Memories cutting tools, in case you're not familiar with them. So I figured it'd be a great time to just kind of roll through what they got going on and everything. So we got a couple of things here, from our basic scissors to the custom cutting system, or the CCS. The blades that go with the custom cutting system. We've also got the photo trimmer. We've got the 12-inch trimmer. We've got our cutting mat, custom cutting system guides, as well as a decorative trimmer. So I'll start off with the decorative trimmer. This is a retired item. It retired at some time last year, 2024, and this is what people refer to. If you hear the 12-inch decorative trimmer, that's what this one is. It's just a pretty standard, where you would insert your paper, and you can get a couple of different, just a couple of different wavy type of cuts. Real quick here. Either the edges of pages, papers, or whatnot. It gives you two different kind of wave or scallop type of edges. So again, this has been retired. Some advisors might have some in their for sale stash, so definitely connect with your favorite advisor or check out some of the In Search of ISO sites. There might be some out there still. There haven't been any announced plans to bring it back, so if that's something that is of interest to you, definitely reach out to your advisor and check it out. Next, let's look at our 13 by 13, I think it's 13 by 13, cutting mat. So this is a really handy tool for all of your cutting needs. You can see it's also got grid lines along the perimeter in inches, and it's also got some angle marks here, which come in very handy when you're trying to do certain angles, different types of cuts, and even when you're trying to cut in the round with a punch, a border maker cartridge, or a border punch, and that might be a different video for another day. But this would be your all-purpose cutting mat, and it's really easy to just have handy, as well as to maintain. You really just need to either wash it in some lukewarm water and just gently take a little washcloth or scrubby sponge and just lightly wash it every now and then, in case you got adhesive buildup, or if you got anything on it, like if you're inking or anything. It cleans up pretty well, so that's always handy. I'm just gonna put that off to the side real quick, because we'll use it again. The scissors we have first up, if I don't drop them, right? We've got the Creative Memories micro tip scissors that I use quite often. They do really get into some of those little nooks and cranny edges to get in there and make some really good snips. And it comes with a nice little sheath to protect any surfaces or even your hands. You've got your all-purpose scissors. These typically will have a blue handle, a CM blue handle. Mine are purple because I bought the set that came out, I believe it was last year, for the Alzheimer's awareness mini promo. So I snagged one of those, and they cut like butter, let me tell you. Next up, let's look at our custom cutting system, or the CCS. So I have here on display the circles. Okay. The circles custom cutting system will come with these 3 circles. Okay. This is the jumbo circle, so it's a separate one that you would purchase. And then you have your 3 blade cartridges in red, green, and blue. The newest ones are in this design that has the swivel in there that makes it a little easier when going around the tracks to cut. You don't have to twist so much with your wrist. I have a couple of the older ones. Literally, these are about 20 plus years old and they still cut amazingly well. So that just is a little bit of a testament to the quality of Creative Memories products. But we'll demo the custom cutting system really quick. When you get custom cutting templates, you'll get a cutting guide in them. As you can see, these are from old CM Company, has that older logo, and it gives you these measurements from these templates. On the inside, let's see, this one matches up here. All right. Gives you the measurements on the inside with the cuts and the color of the blade, as well as the outside. Okay. And just as a quick demo on using them, they're really simple to use. Get our paper again. Here's our cutting map. Got our paper. Right. So I will use this a lot if I'm going to use this with photos. I will be intentionally, I'll just grab a photo off to the side here, right? If I wanted to make a circle off of that photo, I grab my template and I'm literally just placing it up on here, looking to see what would be the best size of that shape to use to try to cut with that. Okay. So we'll just use the middle size circle as an example, right? And it will give you those measurements. You might be able to see it there, right? The inside, you have 2.5, and then that green dotted line will give you a 2.25, I believe, and then the inside blue on the 2 is a 2-inch circle. Okay. And like I had mentioned, so let's start with blue. They might all look the same, but they will give you a different cut. Real quick, I'll show you here. You can tell that one is a little bit further from those little pegs that fit into that track. The same with the blue. So they might look the same, but they are different, and they give us a different measurement cut. And it's really very easy to use these. You might not be able to see it too well because they're clear. Maybe if I put this in front. No, not really. All right. But there is an outside track that these little pegs will fit into, and that will give you your outside cuts. If you want the inside circles, you just put those pegs in that inside track and you go around. So an example, here we've got the inside blue. And if I wanted to do outside blue, I'm just making sure I got my pegs in that outside track. Nope, not yet. Hang on, there we go. And I just move it along. Oops. There we go. And voila, I've got myself some nice circles. So that's our custom cutting system. And it's not just circles that you can get. They come in rectangles. They also come in ovals. And there's also a 3 template pack that's called Gemstones, I believe. It has a heart, has a diamond shape. It might have 2 hearts and a diamond shape. Or it might have a different shape. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we do have a couple different templates out there. There's also a bundle off of the CM website that will give you the mat, the 3 blades, and the circles, just these 3 circles with your cutting template. There's also another bigger bundle that will also include the jumbo circle as well. And just a tip real quick, when you're using this, be sure you never have this on top and start cutting on top of it. You will cut through this template and then you won't really have it intact anymore. So use this for sizing and kind of figuring out where you want to place your template. I will typically have this on top of my photo. Right? I'll have the corresponding circle, right? And I'm just figuring out, okay, this is where I would want to place it, and this would be the cuts that I could get. Which one am I wanting to do? Okay? Just be sure you never cut this particular piece, because they can be a little hard to find if you do. All right, next up is the new and improved photo trimmer. This was updated last year and was released from some of the other models of the photo trimmers. And I have to say, this is a really good photo trimmer. It is a guillotine style, so you lift up the handle and you bring it down. It is spring loaded, so you don't have to worry about trying to, you know, push it closer to get a smoother or a straighter cut. It's spring loaded. It will cut straight as you bring it down that guillotine. It also has an extendable arm here, and so it can handle, as you can see, a good 8x10 photo. If you have any of those portraits that you're working with and wanting to trim down, or other larger pictures, 8x10 will work really well. You could probably get away, you know, the clearance here is probably another inch or so you might be able to get to like a 9, and this only goes to about 10.5 the arm, so give or take, but it can accommodate some larger pictures, and it gives a really nice, smooth, clean cut, even really thin cuts. And I'll try to bring us in a little bit so you can see a bit better. So I've got just a sliver there, and I'm bringing it down to cut, right? And like, this is how nice it cuts. So we can get really close in on some of those pieces, and the sizing guide is a lot easier to read than some of the other past models. So really like this one. The other nice feature with this is, on the opposite side, it has some storage options for our scissors. So folks that need, you know, some extra storage ideas, or minimal storage pieces, you're tight on storage, your scissors and your micro tip scissors will fit right in here. So yes, these will fit the Creative Memory size scissors, micro tip scissors, and they just fit right neatly in there. I typically don't use this function just because I just have my own little desktop setup, but I did use it recently for a retreat, and it was really handy. The other nice feature that they made with this is that it will nestle with the Creative Memories 12-inch trimmer, like so. It will nestle just nicely in here. It keeps that blade housing pretty, well, not too snug, but it keeps it from flopping around, and it fits just on top like that. So it's nice when you're taking it to retreats or to a crop, or, you know, to a mini event. You can pack them smartly in that sense. Last but not least, we have our Creative Memories 12-inch trimmer. This is going to get a glow up next year. I believe some of the design improvements are going to be a little bit of a wider section to the right here, and the self-leveling arm will probably get shortened a bit because this goes all the way out to 16.25, it looks like. So I believe those were the two main upgrades that are coming. I'm not sure about a release date. They haven't said anything yet, but our 12-inch trimmer, pretty, I don't want to say pretty standard trimmer, but it has the lift up arm. It's got the double track here for the blade housing, which we'll get to in a second. It also has the mat that you can reuse several times over. So once you're noticing your paper is kind of getting a little bit of a rough cut, probably time to switch the mat. And what's nice is that this isn't just a one-time use. You can use this strip up to 4 times. It gets up to I forget how many thousand cuts in here, but all you just do is just pop that out and rotate it 180 degrees to the other side. If you haven't used that, pop it back in and continue to go. Right, so right now I'm on 3. If I needed to, I would just rotate it so that the 4 is at the top, pop it in, and I'm good to keep going and working on my cuts. But I still got a little life left in 3, so I'm going to pop it back in. It has this blade cartridge or blade housing, and what that basically is that this holds that blade cartridge in there to cut. It's a safety feature as well. I'll show you in a second, and when we're cutting, we're literally just having to gently press down, and you can slide up and down, and you'll get that cut. Storage on the back side, we have several of our decorative blades, and we've got some room as well. Depending on how often you like decorative blades, you might use quite a few. You might only like 1 or 2, and that's fine. But here's a nice little Easter egg that they gave us in the product catalog that just came back out with updates. We are expecting 2 more new decorative trimmers out in this coming August 2026. They'll be called Rhythm and Twist. So keep an eye out for those 2. That will be coming sometime in October. We don't know yet, but that's only a couple weeks away. And so storage is really great. You just slide it out when you want to use it. Go ahead, use it. When you're done, you can just slide it back in. So I'll just demo here Wave for you. So when I had mentioned this blade housing holds that blade cartridge for us, you can see here, this is the part of the blade housing that when we push down, it's got a little piece that pushes down in there to bring that blade out and to cut our paper with. So you're not fiddling with anything unsafe, trying to jam anything in, because literally all we have to do, I'll get us closer here, is pop it open, remove that blade. This is the straight blade, so it gives us a straight cut. And I swap in, just drop it in, close my housing. I'm ready to go and cut on my paper. Okay, so I just lift it up, bring it in to whatever measurement I'm looking for. I just have to push down slightly, and I go up, and I have my decorative cut. So some folks will use this on photos. Some folks use it just on paper and cardstock. I know some people will say, well, if you cut photos with it, you might wear the blade a little bit faster, but in general, I bought my trimmer maybe in 2023, I think, and I've yet to need to replace the straight blade. These blades do stay sharp for quite a long time. So that is what I've got for our Creative Memories cutting tools. So thanks for joining. If you need any help, feel free to reach out to your favorite advisor, reach out to me. Any of us would be happy to help you, and hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.